Hi, my name is Reice Wellwood, and during my interview, I will be asking people how high school sports affect your time management. The reason I am asking this question is because I am really interested when it comes to sports, and as a high school athlete, I struggled with my time management. So I wanted to be able to get ultra perspectives and see what other people are doing to manage their time management. Also, I will be asking them if they are keeping up their sleep, grades, and also if they can find time to spend time with their friends and loved ones while being in season for a sport. During this interview, you will be hearing clips from 6 different people and how their specific sport is challenging them with their time management. Also, I will be filming clips of myself after every 2 interviews and just debriefing in how they went and what main points they had to say to my essential question. All right, hey guys, it's Reice Wellwood. This is my project, and our first interview is going to be right here. So what is your name?
Graham Matisse.
And what sports do you play?
Football. I used to play basketball, and also golf.
And how do those sports affect your time management when it comes to high school?
Oh, they affect my time management a lot because, listen, especially with football in the whole entire fall, and you also start football like right now, like it's May, and I'm already starting football, which already and finals are upcoming. So it's really hard to be able to go to football and be able to study after school and get enough sleep, which is awfully annoying. But it's just kind of how it goes. Like football, like you practice 6 days a week, like literally every single day except for Sunday. Sundays are only day off, and you have school 5 days a week. And especially here at Hillsdale, we have tests pretty often, like quizzes or something, and it's pretty hard to just study and be able to like just knock out all the studying and be able to shower and just get ready for bed on time. Like it's all just very difficult with all the sports.
When would you say you have time to do homework since you have football so much during the week?
I honestly
and the study in general. Like when do you have time for that? You would say.
Some nights I honestly don't have time for it. Like I'd honestly just say, all right, I'm trying not to skip a night and just study an advisory. But honestly, like it's just I don't really have much time. But when I do, I would say I study or do homework around from like 8 to 10, which is awfully late for a school night.
So how would you think like you manage your sleep then? Because if you're going to practice and then you got to eat, do everything, do your homework, how are you making sure you get enough sleep every night? You would say.
I mean, I try, but I mean, I see myself going to bed a lot at like 11 to 12, even 12 sometimes, which is just makes me wake up feeling like a zombie, and it's just like it just makes me not want to go to school even more. But school's just even worse when you just get no sleep, you know.
All right, thank you. All right, what's up, guys? I'm here with Marcelo.
Hello.
And this is interview number 2. And so what sport do you play?
I played football freshman and sophomore year.
Okay, so how does football affect your time management, you would say?
It affected a lot of my time management, as well as like during the summer. During the summer, we have a lot of summer training, and I had a job during the summer, so it affected like me being able to go to work and things like that. And then during the school year, it's just a lot of practice during the school week. You just don't have a lot of time for like studying and homework.
Since you played football and you had all those long practices, when would you say you really find yourself studying and doing your homework, you would say?
A lot during like Saturdays and Sundays, and like late at night a lot, but I'd also be like really tired late at night, so like it'd be worse work.
Would you say that with you having football all the time, did it affect your sleep? Because like since like you would have football, right, but then you had to study and do your homework and stuff like that, how did that affect your sleep?
I feel like it affected my sleep both in like a good way and a bad way, because I would fall asleep very easily, but I also feel like I wouldn't get enough sleep because I'd be up doing homework and like tests, studying for tests.
And would you say that football affected like you spending time with your family on the weekdays? Because with all the other stuff you had to do, like there's just less time to spend with your family and stuff like that, and it's like relaxing, you would say?
Yeah, I would always like come home at least at like 7 or 8 o'clock, and then like on Wednesdays we'd come home at like 9 o'clock or 10. So yeah, definitely like my family would be like, "Where have you been all week?" I'd be like, "Football."
All right, thank you. Appreciate it. All right. So, for the first two interviews, I would say they went really well. We interviewed Grant and Marcelo, and I think they went pretty well. Grant played football and golf and then basketball freshman year, and then Marcelo played football, but we mostly talked about football for both of them. And what I got from the interview was that football just takes like a lot of time. They would have practice every day from like 4:15 to 7, so that was really hard because they would go right out from school right to football. So like there'd be less time to do homework and less time to like hang out with family, stuff like that. And then for the weekends, I mean, it was also hard too because they had Saturday film, so that affected their mornings, like just like bonding with their families and spending time with their friends. So yeah, and then Sundays are their only days off, so that's just really hard doing 6 days a week of football and being able to do homework all the time and hang out with friends and family and stuff like that. All right, what's up, guys? Interview number 3, and we're here with Ryan. And Ryan, what sports do you play?
I play soccer and water polo.
And how would you say those sports affect your time management, you would say?
I feel like it kind of like I would always try to get my work done before water polo just because I feel like I'm tired after and just like want to kind of calm down. So I feel like I would always be good about getting my work done. And like I feel like homework's kind of a bother. Like I just want to get it done, and it kind of affects like how my day goes. Like if I don't have it all done, like I feel like it just kind of stresses me out.
Would you say that you were doing any homework after practice, or were you just doing it all before, you would say? Just to get out of it.
Yeah, I feel like mostly I did it before, but like, I mean, there's obviously sometimes I have to like study because like you can't just study all before. It's good to study like more than once. So I feel like yeah, I do some after, but most of the time I want to do it before.
Would you say having practice and stuff like that affected like your studying and spending time with your family?
Yeah, I do feel like I do not have like as much time to hang out with my friends and family as I wanted to, but also like I like water polo because they are your friends and family. Like you're with them sometimes more in the day than you are with your family. Like that's just how it is.
Would you say like that those high school sports also affect your time management on the weekends as well, and like hanging out with your boys and stuff like that?
Yeah, I'd have water polo sometimes on the weekends, so it kind of affected it, but not much.
I mean, would you say that like I don't Okay, this is the 4th interview, and we are here with Chloe. And what sports do you play?
So I play volleyball and swim, but volleyball is my main sport.
Okay, so how would you say those sports affect your time management, you would say?
I think it's really hard to manage like my academics, my social life, and also like my athletic life, just because practices are a lot after school, games are a lot, and it also can be like really hard on me mentally too.
When would you say like you find the best like studying, like do your homework?
Sometimes I like to go to like a library is nice. I get kind of distracted at my house, but yeah.
Like what would you say like what about your sleep? Do you think that with all the sports and the studying homework affects like how you sleep and like how much you sleep in general?
I think it does affect my sleep, especially because volleyball is I go after school and then I have like an hour break and then I have volleyball and then I get back at like 11. So it's like really hard to then do fit in like times to get my homework done, but also like maintain a good like sleep schedule. And also it was really difficult to like manage my time back in the I think it was the spring semester or when swim was also in season, because I had swim after school and then I had club volleyball and then I had like no time to do homework. So that was definitely like something I had to like adjust to.
Would you say if like everything with like studying and going to school and doing the sports, like you had a hard time like finding time to hang out with your friends and stuff like that?
I'd say so, especially because I'm already practicing a lot for the sports that I'm doing, and then on the weekend there's usually like a big commitment, like a tournament or like a swim meet, so it was kind of hard to like fit times for everything.
What about your family? Do you think like you're able to like spend like enough time with your family on the weekends? Like with all the stuff going on in your life?
I think it could be a little bit hard, especially because like I don't get to see like my brother or dad as much because my mom's usually the one taking me to like practices and tournaments, like out of state especially. So sometimes it's like hard to like keep in touch with my family when I'm like so active in sports.
Okay, thank you. All right, so the next two interviews were Ryan and Chloe. And basically what Ryan was saying was that he played water polo, so that was affecting his time management. And he was talking about how he did his homework before. Like, he would do his homework, like, try to do it in school and stuff like that before practice. So then when he had practice, he would, like, just, like, go home, relax and stuff like that, which is definitely, like, a good idea for sure. I agree with that. And then for Chloe, she does swim and volleyball, but volleyball is her main sport. So we talked about volleyball and about how she would go to school, but then have like an hour break and then go to volleyball for a long time and then get home at 11. So like that would really affect her like sleep, because if you get home at 11, you still got to shower, eat, and stuff like that. So she'd go to bed late and not get that much sleep, which is not a good thing for sure. And then also that affected the homework as well, because there's not a lot of time to do homework. All right, this is my fifth interview, and we're here with Dewey. And what sports do you play?
I play volleyball, basketball, and lacrosse.
And how would you say those sports affect your time management, you would say?
Well, it depends on, like, the sport. I think basketball takes up most of my time during school because I play more of it. And also lacrosse season because I play AAU basketball and also lacrosse, so it takes up a lot of my time. So I don't have a lot of time to go out and stuff. And also, I don't have a lot of time to do homework other than, like, in school.
When would you say like you're doing your homework and stuff like that with like the school and like all your practices and stuff like that?
Well, over like the years of playing sports, I usually just did it during school and classes, which was kind of bad because like sometimes I'd be doing my homework and not hearing like what's being taught to me in that moment. But this year we had study hall, which was really good for me, and I got most of my work done then.
Okay. And so when would you say like you like would like spend time with your family and stuff like that?
Probably after all my practices, which would be like really late. Like I had like this specific schedule throughout my day where I'd like go to practice and then once I get home I like shower and like do my face stuff and then get ready for bed. And when I'm done getting ready for bed, that's when I kind of like chill out with my family and eat dinner and stuff, which is pretty late.
Would you say like you had like a lack of sleep or like had a hard time getting like a good sleep schedule because of all your practices and homework and everything?
Definitely, because I like get home really late, and also on top of that, if I have extra homework, I'll have to do that. And all of my dinners are really late. They're at like 9 o'clock, which is kind of bad. And I try to go to bed at like 10:30, but it kind of gets pushed back to like maybe like 11:30, because then I spend time just like doing homework or watching TV because I just want to chill out, and it like is hard for me to fall asleep.
And my last question would be like, when are you finding time to like hang out with like your friends in general with sports and everything?
Well, I kind of just like, I'm not gonna like skip anything for like hanging out with my friends, because that's like, I would never do that. But whenever like we don't have practices, maybe on like the weekends if I don't have a tournament or anything. But there's mostly not a lot of time. I don't really get to see my friends outside of school unless I have a Friday night that's free, or like a Saturday morning or Saturday night that's free.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Reice.
Okay, this is interview number 6, and my name is Reice, and we're here with
Amelia.
And so, what sports do you play?
I just got out of lacrosse, which is during the spring season.
And how would you say lacrosse affects your time management?
In general, or like school-wise? Like
we can say both, but let's start off with school.
Okay. School-wise, I would say that lacrosse has like probably a negative effect on my time management, because like you obviously have like, well, I don't have a huge workload of homework, but you get homework, and then having sports, especially with like girls lacrosse, we always got like the 6 to 8 like practice time, so I just would like get home and be really exhausted and just like not really complete all my homework. So like overall my grades probably went from like A's to like A minuses. It's not a huge difference, but I just wouldn't really use my time well. I've always like had that issue just in general, but especially with sports, it just kind of like really pushes me to have to like try really hard to get my work done. Oh, with like in like out of school time management, I would just say I would hang out with my friends less. But I feel like sometimes that's a good thing because it's good to like focus on sports and also just like your health. And it just gave me a lot of time to like kind of self-reflect, which was good.
When would you say like you were studying? You would say.
I guess I studied mostly like during advisory. I have Miss A as my advisor, so like we do our work, and like I would just mostly study in advisory, and just sometimes like in the morning, because like I would always just tell myself like, oh, just go to bed, like it's fine, like I'm not gonna do anything anyway, so I just wake up and study. That's when I would, yeah.
And like, would you do your homework like after school, or would you also do that in advisory as well?
My homework in advisory. I literally did not do any of my work like at home. Like it's honestly probably one of my worst like traits is that I just don't make
like
time to do my homework. Like I just like.
But like you just do it like during the day. You would say like.
Yeah,
that.
I do it at school. Okay. I do my homework at school. Like I'll do it in class or either just like during advisory is like the best time for doing my homework.
And then like when would you say like do you find it hard like finding time to hang out with your friends like due to like lacrosse and like studying the homework and all that stuff?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean like honestly, because like especially with like some of the friends I do have, like they're very like high maintenance. Gavin. They're very high maintenance and they don't do sports, so also like that's what's such an issue for me is like when some of my friends aren't doing a school sport and I am, like I just feel like really like they can be like very pushy to like oh like let's hang out now, let's hang out then, and I'm just always like oh I have lacrosse, and like I feel like sometimes they can get like annoyed with it because I'm not like making good time.
I understand.
Especially in like relationships too, like that was literally why my relationship ended, just because he had poor time management skills, and just like I do think it's hard for like high schoolers to have such like a big weight of like having to like be able to do sports and then also like keep like relationships, because like people want time, but then like when you're doing sports like you don't have enough time to give them, especially with like school, because that takes up such a like fat chunk of my day.
And then my last question would be like, did you like have a hard time like finding time to hang out with your family, you would say?
Honestly, like I think I hang out with my family the same amount as I did during sports, because my family they work all the time. Like they're literally completely like work obsessed. They love working, so like we only really would hang out on the weekends. Like sometimes we'll go and see movies and stuff, and like with sports we probably hung out like a little bit less, but like I really would even say like now like I don't really hang out with my family as much as I feel like I should, just because like we're just all so busy like just with work and then school, and then like I usually just with my time I would usually just hang out with my friends, but it's probably like the same amount as before.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Alright, what's up guys? This is interview number 7 and we're here with Runa. And so Runa, what sports do you play?
I play soccer, flag football, I did track, and yeah, I think.
Alright, and how would you say those sports affect your time management?
I think it makes it really difficult because after school I'll have like any kind of sport, especially if it's school sport, then I'll have to be managing kind of club and school at the same time, and it definitely makes doing homework and schoolwork difficult. But
what would you say like out of the sports you play is like the one that gives you like the hardest time, it's the busiest, you would say?
I think definitely soccer, since I also do club in school. I think that since we have like practices like that we have to go to at least like 3 times a week, it makes it like kind of challenging, I would say.
Okay. And when would you say like you do your homework and study and stuff like that? Since you have soccer a lot.
What does that sound? So for school, for like school sports, when I did play, I think that it was really helpful to have like study hall, because I had like a designated like amount of time that I could kind of like put towards studying. But besides that, it really depends on what time I get home, but I try to finish like before I leave for soccer. And if I didn't finish that, then I would most likely like do it after I come home.
Okay. And like, would you say like with all the homework and like sports stuff, like that affect you like your sleep? Like you got like less sleep, you would say?
Yeah, definitely. Sometimes like if I have like really difficult quizzes the next day, I'd have to like get up at like 5 a.m. to like study.
Yeah, I mean that's definitely not easy for sure. And then also like with like your friends and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like what do you think like you had less time to hang out with your friends with all the sports and like homework and stuff like that, you would say?
Yeah, I would say like it made it like pretty difficult, but I think so far I've been able to manage it just because I'm able to kind of like devote time to like hanging out with friends on the weekends. But as we start to get more busy, it definitely becomes harder.
And then my last question would be like, I would ask you about like your family, like if you had like time to like hang out with your family during the weeks.
Honestly, like our family, we have like all sorts of stuff going on. Like my little sister has sports too, and she's in middle school now, so she has a little more homework. So we definitely, as we get older, it's definitely harder for our family to like spend as much time with each other than we used to be able to. But
Okay,
yeah,
that makes sense. All right, thank you. All right, so for the last 3 interviews, we had Dewey, we had Amelia, and we had Runa. And we'll start off with Dewey. She plays lacrosse, she plays basketball, and she played volleyball. We most talk about basketball though in her club. And she was saying that she was using like her time in school to do most of her homework because she was just really busy with basketball and all her sports and stuff like that. And like she would usually just like come home, shower, eat, and then like spend time with her family. So yeah, she would just do homework in school or like in study hall and try to get over with so like, she wouldn't have to do when she got home. For Amelia, she played lacrosse, and that was like a new experience because she never played lacrosse before. And it's kind of like, it was definitely a little different for her because I think she was used to having like a more time on her hands. So like with her playing lacrosse, it just took that away kind of, and her grades dropped a little bit. But she also like, she said that she always hasn't been great with time management, but like she just made sure she got the work done in school and sometimes did the work at night whenever she had time to. But lacrosse is definitely like a big like thing for her, and it just took a lot of time. And then for Runa, she plays soccer, flag, and girls flag football. And we talked about soccer because she plays school soccer and club. And she was saying that study hall was a big thing for her because it was like a whole period designated to doing homework and studying. So she used like a lot of that time to be able to do her homework. And if she didn't, and she didn't finish in that time, she would do it after soccer. But that would also affect like her time, like to either get more sleep or hang out with her family, right? Because she would have to choose between one. She'd have to either get the homework done, or like homework's first priority for sure, or if she wasn't doing homework, she would spend time with her family before she went to sleep. Looking back at all the videos, I think that I got a lot of good information out of them. Everyone that I interviewed gave me good answers to my essential question. I definitely think that some people gave me more elaborate answers than others, but I think that's a good thing. I wanted to have people who gave me simple and basic answers, but then also have people who gave like very complex and elaborate answers to the questions I asked so that I can get like a variety of different perspectives from the people I interviewed. All in all, I really enjoyed doing this project and asking people a topic I'm very interested in, and I can't wait to do a similar project in the future. Thanks for listening.